This is the Northstars Show, Episode 7, Season 5. I'm the mouthpiece of the show, Bruce Krentz. Joining me was Will Lutz and Keith Monias. We'll get to them in just a second. They're going to tell us what happened here over the last couple of weeks. My apologies for last week. There was no show. Things just didn't work out for us boys. I was down in Nashville, which was pretty cool, home of the Predators, and Paul was kind of busy with Remembrance Day, remembering the soldiers and the people who keep us safe and make our country great. Maybe a good reason to miss the show. I don't know. I'm saying better than Nashville, that's for sure. What's under the coat this week is actually a Hockey Hall of Fame shirt. Paige, my daughter, brought it back right from the Hockey Hall of Fame. I think this made an appearance on the show a little earlier at Episode 3. Hey, look. Right where we left it last week, the coat. This is excellent. I'm going to put the coat on. So we haven't done a show in 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, you guys were in town. You had some games against Southwest. Didn't quite come out on top. What happened there?
All right, so on Saturday, I know we got off to a good start. We started with 3 goals right off the bat. Mikey got the first. Justin had a nice slap shot, and then Tristan tucked one 5-hole. So we had a really good start there, but we kind of lost the lead a bit, and they made a comeback, and we kind of lost it there. And then Keith got another one, so the game ended 6-4. I think we should have had it in our favor, but penalty trouble. It's something we really got to work on. So, and then on Sunday's game, again, I think we came out to a decent start. I believe that there was a bit of less penalties that game, so I think that was a bit of an upside for that game. Again, Tristan scored. Keith again, those two goal scorers, and Tramian also got the third one. We fell 4-3 again, but those are 2 games that we really should have won, in my opinion.
Should have won, especially Sunday with the less penalties,
Yeah,
and
exactly,
like you said, that was excellent. Keith Monias, you were down south this past weekend with the team. I wasn't, so what happened there?
We should have had the Central Plains game because we controlled the game 50 minutes. It was 1-0 for us till the third period, 10 minutes left. We gave up the lead. Then they took it and we tied it again. Then they scored a little right after us. So yeah, they got the lead and they holded that, and we couldn't take that game. We actually did good on the penalties, kept them low. And Saturday's game wasn't that bad. I don't really want to talk about that one.
No, great glass over that one. Eastman 12, Northstars 1. Moving on, Tony got the goal. Yeah. Sunday though.
Yeah. Oh, Sunday. Yeah, we put up a good battle with them. They were leading 4-0 till the third. We scored 2 quick goals. William got one, and Tristan got another one. And yeah.
Excellent. Thanks for letting us know what just happened here, Will Lutz and Keith Monias. Today on the Northstar Show, we're going to talk to a couple of hockey moms, Sonya Powers here and Mary Lafreniere, sort of on 2 ends of the spectrum. Talk to them in Minor Hockey Moment. We're going to catch up with Coach Doug, and we're going to do 1 minute with Tristan Galarneau. All here on the Northstar Show. Here we go. We're here with Coach Korman, just off of a road trip down south. 3 games, 3 losses. Again, it seems, aside from the Saturday game, every game is close. We're playing with every team in the league, but not quite getting on top of them. What do you think you guys have to do to start winning these games?
Oh, geez, I think to get over the hump, it seems like we can get there, but we can't get over it. I think the bottom line is we just got to work harder. We work hard for 50 minutes of a hockey game, but we don't play that 60 minutes, and then comes back and the other team gives that extra push, and we stop skating, and we end up losing the game. So I think it's just got to work harder.
Just maybe almost as much mental as it is physical. It must be frustrating for you as a coaching staff, and I'm sure for the kids as well, to be playing with every team and still not getting too many wins on the board. If you were getting blown out every game, that would be one thing, but it really feels like you're right there with all of these teams in the league.
Yeah, besides the Saturday game, we got it handed to us really bad, but that was a parade to the penalty box. It was the same old penalties, and playing against the top team in the league, that's going to be the outcome every game. You know, as coaching staff, you try to say the right things, you try to do the right things in practice. You go from one end of the scale to the other. We had the opportunity on Saturday to see the Bisons play against the University of Lethbridge, so it was good to see a couple ex-Northstars, 2 Justins playing in that game. The Northstars got a chance to hear some words of wisdom from Mike Sarant, the coach of the Bisons, who I played with in the university, and tour the complex and watch that caliber of hockey, which is top-notch. So, you know, even taking them there and seeing if there's some outside help that can have some words with these kids, but it's pretty much the same words that we talk to them about. These kids got to understand, and I'll say it again and again, the game is 95% mental. How you prepare for a game, the decisions you make. And I truly believe what you do on the ice is a reflection of what you do off the ice. So maybe, I don't know, there's something going on that I don't know about.
There's probably a lot going on that you don't know about and don't want to know about. I mean, what a nice piece of luck, I guess, for our guys to be able to go down and to see a couple of Northstars who have moved on to some really great hockey. A couple of excellent role models, too, I would say, for these guys. Justin Pollock is going, plays the same thing with Justin Valentino. I mean, great kids, great men now. So for our guys to be able to see them playing against each other, the level of hockey they play, and also to tour the facility must have been inspiring, I would hope, for these young guys to see where they could end up.
I would hope so, because, you know, and it's not like the Justins are 10 years older than these kids. They're not that far gone, but they're playing at a caliber that I think any North Star on this team would be, that would be a big accomplishment to reach the level that those boys are playing at. I hope they're mature enough and wise enough to see that being a good person open doors for you and opportunities, not just the hockey player end of it. Talking to Mike Sarant, that's what they look for, is people that are strong character people on the ice, off the ice, in the community, and that's what we want the North Stars to strive to be. So hopefully something sunk in with these North Stars. They took a little bit away from it, and you know, I thought it was a good experience. It was good for me to go back to the university and see my name picture up on the walls. That was kind of cool, but no, it was for them, and I hope they got something out of it.
Yeah, nice for them to see your name and picture on the wall. And like you say, these guys aren't that far removed from this group of kids, and so that to me it's excellent, and you couldn't find 2 better role models. So did you get a chance, you obviously got a chance to watch them play, maybe practice a little bit. Did you take anything from that? What are we going to be working on in practice this week to make some wins this weekend?
Well, watching the university game, the big thing that I seen is how quickly they move the puck. During the game, in warm-ups, there's not much stick handling going on. It hits the stick and it's off the stick. Putting the puck into open areas where players are skating for. There's no stick handling through traffic or nothing like that, moving the puck well. We were fortunate enough on Sunday that prior to our game, the Manitoba Moose were practicing at the...
What a weekend. Yeah, it was like Disneyland down there.
No kidding. So it was a treat to watch those guys, some big boys on that Moose team, and was able to watch their practice for what must have been 45 minutes. And there's a Thompson connection there, Bruce.
I'm embarrassed to say, I don't know. What is it?
The coach of the Manitoba Moose.
Is?
And this is the embarrassing part. I don't want to say mispronounce his name, but he was from Thompson. His dad worked at Inco, He has relatives that live out at Paint Lake that I know very well. I remember being a stick boy for his uncle's team. Used to be the Thompson Nickel Kings in its day.
Wow, that was a few years ago.
Yeah, and his aunt and uncle still live out at Paint Lake. He comes up fishing once in a while, so I was able to, myself and Brad Ritchie, we introduced ourselves to him, and he was a heck of a nice guy, and talked a little bit about Thompson and how our season was going, and it's not like the Moose are lighting up.
Ripping it up.
No, they're not either, so same playbook. But it was kind of ironic watching them practice and touching base with the kids on the Northstars. Did they see any resemblance from our practice? And a big part of it was working on the transition game. And, you know, it could be at the Northstar level, it could be at the pro level. The game is pretty well played the same way. I think at all levels, maybe it's probably a little bit quicker and fine-tuned as you go up the ladder. But basically, a lot of the stuff that we're doing, they're doing the same thing at the pro level. So hopefully these kids recognize that and start taking their season seriously.
Take the practice and the rest of the season seriously. I feel like we've covered the blues and the golds and lots of ground in between. Any last thoughts as we head into this weekend against Pembina Valley?
Well, I'm not going to say I'm not giving up. I don't give up. I'll go down swinging right to the end. I think it's so important that we got Pembina Valley, they're a team in front of us. We had a road trip, some good teams that we played against. We did well for a couple games. So I don't think we're that far off. We just got to get over the hump, and I think this weekend is TSN turning point for the Northstars.
Shaw TV turning point.
Shaw TV turning point. Sorry, Polly.
Manitoba Moose, 2 Justins, and Coach Korman. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Bruce.
You're watching the Northstars Show on Shaw TV.
This is a minor hockey moment, a chance for us to highlight different aspects of minor hockey, from the players to volunteers to coaches to probably the very most important part of all of minor hockey mums. They are the heartbeat of minor hockey in Thompson and in any community. So joining me are Sonya Power and Mary Lafreniere, 2 hockey mums, and kind of a little bit at different ends of their hockey journey, I would say. Sonya's got some younger kids. Mary doesn't have old kids, and it's hard to believe because she looks so young, but she's been in the game a little bit longer than Sonya, so we're going to jump right into it. What are your kids' names, and what are they up to this winter?
Jackson and Sydney. So Jackson just started pre-novice hockey, and my daughter Sydney figure skates.
Excellent.
I've got Oscar, who's a first-year North Star, Rachel, who gave up hockey to take up basketball, and Claire, who is the goalie for the PBAAs.
So busy times. So what does a typical week look like? Tell me how many days of the week you think you end up right here in the TRCC. And we happen to be standing right at the sort of the end of the dressing room hallway. This is where everybody stands and waits for their kids to change, and it seems to take forever. This is like the hockey mom hangout. So how many days a week do you think you end up right here, and how many hours do you think you're down at the rink?
I'm here every day but Monday, and sometimes Monday to drop my husband off for power skate. And 2 to 3 hours a day usually between figure skating and hockey. Yeah.
Wow, so you know the spot pretty good. Mary, how about you?
Same thing. I have Mondays off. Every other day we're here, and anywhere from 3 to 5 hours.
Wow. And in a regular week, do you have early mornings, or is everything right after work? Is it late nights? Is it the mad scramble? I remember when I had the younger kids, the thing that drove me absolutely nuts was trying to sneak out of work early. Your kids are hungry, you're hungry, and you're down here for 4 o'clock. Is that how your week looks?
Yeah, 4 days a week we're here at 4. We're 4:15, so it's a rush. And 3 mornings a week my daughter skates at 7 in the morning, so it's kind of just a circuit.
Whew. And Mary?
Well, I've got the older kids, so I don't have that 4 o'clock anymore. I don't miss it either. But today is a long day. Claire's on the ice at 7, and Oscar will be skating tonight with the Northstars till about 10:30.
I'm sure you know the rink schedule better than Corey Sparks, who makes it up, or almost as well. So you spend a lot of hours down here, especially for you guys right after school, sometimes early in the morning. So do you have a go-to early morning meal, or do you have something that you can throw in the car that you can give the kids on the way over here?
Cheerios, a lot of times. Tonight it was spaghetti and thermoses to get here, but Sometimes it's McDonald's.
Nothing wrong with that. Mary, same kind of thing. I mean, you guys are here a little bit later in the evening. Maybe hit the concession. Do you have a go-to at the concession?
You know, actually, we've been really good this year planning our meals, and with the later starts in the evening, we're able to have supper as a family, so that part's really nice. So
Get to know each other again?
Yes.
A little bit. And you guys go-to meal at the concession? If somebody's down here, what should they pick up?
I like the poutine.
You'd be crazy not to go with that. Any advice for some other hockey parents or for some parents out there? I know sometimes, especially minor hockey, it feels to me gets painted with a little bit of a bad picture sometimes, that it's everybody's crazy. I mean, look at you two. You can tell you guys are obviously nuts, and that it's expensive and on and on and on, right? So, any advice for people who are looking at getting into minor hockey? Maybe paint the other side of that picture.
Just try to keep it fun, and it is a lot of fun. It's my social scene, really. It's the only time I get to talk to someone outside of work is sitting at the rink with Mary most of the time. But I just want to make sure that we always keep it fun for me and the kids.
Absolutely. Mary?
Volunteer. You know, it's the best way to meet people and find out what's going on around here. And once you volunteer, you appreciate what other people are doing.
I love to hear that. And so, I mean, by saying that, I got to assume that you're involved beyond just dropping the kids off and trying to get some spaghetti in them on the way over here. So what sorts of things do you do now or have you done with minor hockey?
Well, right now I'm on the TMHA board. I do the scheduling. So yes, I know that schedule very well. And Art coaches House League. And in the past, he's coached select teams. He's coached the girls hockey. And yeah, we're involved as a family.
Awesome, and a great way to grow up as a family. And you?
I help with fundraising. My husband's helping to coach. We're new to the hockey scene, so I imagine he'll probably be coaching lots. And he helps out with power skate, another important part of hockey. So.
Absolutely, and I'd like to touch on that. I mean, you've got a daughter who's figure skating as well, and what a foundation for the kids to be able to get into power skating and all that kind of stuff. I mean, one of my advice, I think, as a hockey parent, I'm not a hockey mom, but it is how important power skating is and all of that sort of thing in the beginning. Lots of people when their kids are 3 and 4 are anxious to have them out there with a stick and ripping around, but I think that power skating and being able to skate in that is just, it's overlooked immensely.
Yeah, for sure. I know that my son's been in skating since about 3.5, and you can tell the kids that have been in can skate and starting power skate even now at the age of 5 and 6.
Yeah.
So I recommend it highly.
Absolutely, he's a wonderful skater, and I know Oscar spent some time working on his skating this summer, so it never ends. It starts when you're 3 and ends. I'm 45 and I'm still working on my skating, so there you go. A couple more quick questions. Do you have a mom's secret weapon? Do you have anything in your tickle trunk for games and especially tournaments? Cowbell, the shaker full of pennies, a special blanket that you bring?
Kind of new to it, so I'm just kind of screaming and cheering right now.
Signs.
We bring our signs to the King Miners Midget AA games. They're our favorites.
Love it. Mary?
You got to have the gloves. You got to have the clappers.
Demonstrate them. Everyone's got to. Never thought of the gloves. I like that a lot better than the shaker full of penny. Drives me bananas. I don't know why I hate that, even as a coach. Last one. What's your fondest memory of your kids sort of around the rink, involved in hockey, one of their games, something like that so far?
I think the first time I saw my son celebrate a goal with one of his teammates, like just this big bear hug and they rolled around the ice, it was a memory for sure.
Awesome to see.
We've had so many, but you know, last year just Oscar got his first big fan in Jackson, and that was so exciting for him to realize that as an older hockey player, he's become a role model.
That's awesome, and I know the King Miners and the King Miners and the Northstars do spend a lot of time giving back, and they realize, I think, that they do affect the young kids. So it's awesome to see that, and for those two to have a moment like that together. It's a minor hockey moment with Sonya Power and Mary Lafreniere. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Apatagan came right up through there and took that loose puck. Good job to him. Right out in the slot. Here's the shot. He scores! Northstars scored again. This time it's Galarneau with it. Took a beautiful pass and a good work there by Apatagan to fight off a couple of Southwest Cougar checkers and send it out to the slot. Galarneau never made no mistake on that one.
This is 1 minute with Tristan Galarneau from Flin, Flon, but here in Thompson now. You guys were down south on the weekend. You got a couple of points. Talk us through that. How'd you manage to get your name on the score sheet?
Well, we were just skating down. I passed it over to Tony, and he just did all the work, went down and scored.
I love those. The cheapest apple out there. I thought you had a goal too. No goal?
Yeah, I got a goal, and it was with Tony again. He was battling down low, and he passed it out front to me, and I had an open net and scored.
Got it. So Tony did all the work on both of those?
Yeah, I guess so.
You're mopping those up on the stat sheet. That's all right. I mean, if you got to rely on somebody, he's the guy to do it. You guys are still having a little bit of trouble putting the puck in the net. I mean, obviously you and Tony did all right this weekend, but as a team, you're still not quite coming out on top. What do you think you guys have to do to start just getting over the hump in some of these games?
Well, we got to.
Just Tony should score more?
Yeah, Tony's got to score more. We got to bury our chances in practice, even, because what you do in practice is what you do in games.
I like that. Maybe get that Halcro kid activated on the back end too. That would help a lot. Probably working on that a little bit in practice this week. Have the coaches given you any indication, any ideas, some other things that maybe you've got to do as a team to come out on top?
We just got to play a full 60 minutes. We haven't been doing that lately.
It feels like last year and this year, you guys, you're in every game and then you're not. I hate it when that happens. Paul, do we have 1 minute? Do you have 1 minute to talk to me?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite restaurant?
Boston Pizza.
Boston Pizza. Do you have one in Flin Flon?
No.
No. There's Chicken Chef. Oh, people in Flin Flon watch us, eh? Okay. Chicken Chef isn't so bad. Which teammate has the best Movember stash?
Mikey Marcus.
I suppose. How many pairs of shoes do you own? I better not ever see them at my house.
I don't know, probably only 2 pairs. My dress shoes and the ones I'm wearing.
Which teammate have you known the longest?
Ethan Stuckless.
Another Flin Flon kid, no surprise. Where do you most want to travel, but you've never been?
Europe. Never been there.
Where in Europe would you like to go?
Sweden. I think it'd be cool there.
That would be pretty sweet. Maybe when you're done with the Northstars, throw your hockey gear on the plane and head over there. See if you can get a bit of a gig going. Find some guys to play with. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I got an older brother.
Does he play hockey?
He used to play hockey. He's done now.
All right. So you're better than he is?
Yeah.
How do you like your eggs?
Scrambled.
If you were out at a karaoke night, what would you sing?
Teenage Dream by Katy Perry.
Yeah?
Yep.
You want to do a bit of it for us right now?
Oh,
or?
no.
No?
I'm only...
maybe next time?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, well, yeah. We'd get sued. Paul and I would be off the air. I hate it when that happens. Who's your messiest teammate?
Drew. Uncle Drew.
Yeah? Facebook or Twitter?
Facebook.
I like that. I like that a lot. All the kids are into Twitter now, but Facebook still has it. Yeah. If you could eat only one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Pizza Pops. They're easy to make.
You'll never make the NHL. Try Salad Man. Do you have any nicknames?
T-Funk.
T-Funk and Katy Perry, you're going to take that show on the road, man. Yeah. Last one. Who's your favorite hockey player and why?
Mark Messier.
And how come? I mean,
he's good.
Obvious. Mark Messier, because he's good. That's 1 minute with Tristan Galarneau. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, I got this. Hi, my name's Oscar. Okay, ready?
Where's your leg, Boys! Hey! Hey! Quiet, set!
Hi, my name's Oscar Lafreniere, number 17. I'm right wing. My hometown's Thompson, Manitoba. I went to Burnwood Elementary School, and my favorite player is Sean Avery.
Episode 7 of Season 5 is in the books. It was work. Not quite as much work as that, but it was work. I want to thank Coach Korman for our interview with him. I'd like to thank our 2 hockey moms, Sonya Power and Mary Lafreniere, for chatting with us. Keith Monias and Will Lutz talked about what just happened here, and our 1 minute with Tristan Galarneau was a little interesting insight into his little world. Welcome to our viewers in Flin Flon and the Paw and everybody on the internet. We'll see you back here in a week. This is the Northstars Show.